Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and today we are so close to robots. Oh my gosh, the mall! We can start building the mall soon. Very excited about the concept of a mall. But before we do, we need to fix my organic solvent line because I have not considered everything, it seems. So when I was doing all my solventy things, I have carbonic oil that we have to move it out so we can play with it. Can I do anything with carbonic oil that's sort of useful? We can turn it to creosote. I mean, it's actually not a terrible idea to build creosote. I don't know if we've got the stuff for it, but oh, we do. Okay, cool. I was originally just going to throw it away, but I mean, creosote could potentially be useful. So let's do that, I guess. How many of those is required? One. Okay. So we build one. I don't know how much of this... Nope, not that way. That way. This is an overflow valve. And I'd like a little tank. Little tank, that's what they used to call me in high school. Can you burn creosote wood, soaked wood? You can. You can burn treated wood. But I was originally just going to dump it all in a hole. Which is still an option. It is still an option to dump it all in a big hole. But for now, I'm going to do that. Make creosote. And not dump it in a big hole just yet. Don't worry, Operation Throw Shit in a Hole is always an option. But it's not the option we need to take immediately. Which is kind of exciting. Operation Throw Shit in a Big Hole is always a possibility. Let's never forget that operation can exist. I do not want to connect those. Not that would connect them anyway. Oh, I guess it would kind of connect them. Okay. So something like that would actually be pretty good. And then we just put some signals there. And the plan is, if we have creosote, we are going to use it. But if, for instance, that ever fills up, then we just start dumping it. Like, we'll try to be responsible. But I offer no promises of my responsibilities. Just like real life. Yeah, let's try that again. Okay. And we will put some signaling up because, you know what they say, someone who doesn't signal their trains is a silly person. And I do not want to be branded as some sort of silly person. Also, I might do a little bit of work today putting some signals around Gosen's cage. Because I have a plan for it. I might do some lights around Gosen's cage so we can remember what a rascal we can be. Okay, that's kind of annoying. This is supposed to be... Oh wait, no, I've got some. Never mind, we're cool. Cool. It's provide only. Wait, creosote's on a provide on a. Yeah, that's what I thought. Creosote is on a provide thing. Oh, can you be silly? I could not stop you even if I tried, and I wouldn't dare try. Because that seems like me overstepping my boundaries. If there's one thing SeiferKatt doesn't do, it's overstep his boundaries. I'm not sure that's actually true. I feel like SeiferKatt oversteps his boundaries a lot. Rio Sewed Pick. How are we doing? I think I'd like another pump. We don't have any pumps. Can I build some? I can. That's wonderful. And then what we're going to do... Not that I need to do a pump there. It doesn't actually add anything. Like... I would still feel more comfortable with the pump, I think. That way we don't have any, like, weird situations happening. Okay, and with that... Oh, whoa, 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 hang on, wait a second. We've already got creosote being made, which we're just dumping in a hole. Okay, we're going to do another overflow valve then. Of which we cannot craft anymore because we're out of... Okay. Um... Interesting, I didn't know we were dumping in holes already. I need to go get some circuit boards, which I think the only way I get circuit boards is to actually go up to the circuit board police. You know, excuse me, Governor, can I get me some circuit boards? Can I get me some circuit boards for me mum? Me mum would love a circuit board, Governor. Your mum would love a circuit board, would she? Yes, sir, very much so. We're all right then. I don't know what sort of Charles Dickenian BS language I've reached here, but his mum would love a circuit board. And who would deny someone's mum? You know? Why would you do such a thing? It's his mum. Anyway, so we should be making organic solvent again very soon. Unless something else is jammed up, which wouldn't entirely surprise me. Yeah. Really? That's the fastest way you can find to get there? Can't just go through that way? Okay, whatever, that's strange and concerning. Makes me wonder that there's some other problem there that I hadn't considered. We'll figure it out. Maybe it's all gone to hell. Honestly, the more that I build onto this factory, the more likely it is that everything's gone to hell. There was a problem with Chrome as well. I don't remember what it is. I'm just going to put a little reminder over by Chrome. Something is wrong with it. That. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out. I would like that to go only one way, please. And then I would like... Yeah. So we now make... Okay, why is this full? Full of light oil. Where does light oil go? All over the gosh darn ding dong place, really. Do I know light oil is a problem? I do not know that light oil is a problem. Why is light oil a problem? Shouldn't be. Unless one of these is full. Ah ha ha, gasoline is full. Even with you consuming 12.34 per second. Ah, that could be the problem. Gasoline is too good. Gasoline just doesn't burn fast enough. Go steam engines on me. I do. I could always... Okay, this is the point where you stop doing the underflow valve. And we start doing a pump. Because I need those numbers to be different. So 100k is... So if steam is less than 20k, I would like that to go. You know what? No, that's fine. 20k seems like a problem. Then we're going to go with a overflow valve. Over to here. And we're just going to put some steam engines. They won't be generating a lot of power, but they'll be generating some. Or in this case, they'll be generating none because it's not actually connected to the network. La gasoline. I think that's already doing its damn best. That is already doing its darn best. The problem is we're just not needing that sort of... Maybe we do vent the gasoline then. How do we vent gasoline? Do we put it in a hole? How do you avoid gasoline? I don't really want to avoid gasoline. It seems useful. But therein lies the problem. Maybe we don't void it. Maybe we put it over here. Maybe we have an overflow valve, put the gasoline in here, and then find a new home for it later. How much gasoline are we making? 2,000 gasoline per minute. 2,000 gasoline per minute is like gigajoules of gas. Which is what they used to call me in high school. They obviously did not for obvious reasons, but they could have. That's done. We can actually remove... No. There's one more to go. And then we can remove it. No reason not to get them all going, right? And we need a bit of power. Yeah, it's doing its thing. Tar can go into there. Brilliant. Cool. Gasoline is still a problem. We haven't actually fixed that problem. We're just beating up a bush. Okay, so we're going to go overflow. Because I just figure at some point we're going to want this gasoline. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know why. But let's just keep this gasoline since it's good stuff. It burns well. And then if we have too much gasoline, then I legitimately do not know what we're doing. I still don't know how we vent this. When we look at like, okay, hydrogen. How do we know how to vent hydrogen? Or something that's less useful. What's something we already vent? We vent methane, right? Yeah, void methane, there we go. So how do we void... You're over here thinking, why am I broke? Then you remembered. Oh, there it is. Put it in a hole. Never good to have the question of why am I broke? Not a fan of that question. You like the check valves? Okay, at that point I think everything should be running. Are you dumping gasoline? Potentially. Not in any hurry. Just putting gasoline into my big hole. Don't worry about it. Use that to power your glassworks? I mean, that's quite possible a thing we do. I think I would rather not have the extra power. The power is probably irrelevant. I'd probably rather have the gasoline. Yeah, gasoline powering glassworks would probably do pretty well. We'll see. We haven't got a plan for that yet. Okay, so with that we should be all good making my organic solvent. Nothing should be over the top except this one. Which, why is that over the top, please? Athrosine. What do we do with athrosine? What do we do with athrosine? What do we do with athrosine? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Turns out I don't care. That's an output. Okay, that's my wife calling me, telling me to put my son to bed. But what do we do with the athrosine? Are we just burning it? Do we have a plan for it? I don't know. I may have to figure that out when I come back. Oh. Should I be turning into coke? Do I just burn it? Is that what I'm doing? I'm not royally sure. Okay, we're burning it. We're just not burning it fast enough. We're just not burning it fast enough, that's all. Oh wait, no, we're... Am I trying to dump something that should be voided in a sinkhole? Oh, I'm putting in the wrong thing. That's the problem. Okay, I've got to go put my boy to bed now. Let's just put my hole down. Okay, I get it, I get it, I know. I'm back in a second, everyone. Happy Harper, that sucks that you can't block alcohol ads. That's seems like a very big oversight. Quality. And Beardless Dane. 5 watch streak. Woot woot! And thank you for the raise of quality. Go back and look to see if you can. I mean, it seems like a really obvious thing that they should have allowed. It's weird that they haven't got that. Okay. Hydrate. You know what? I'm glad you said that because I've just picked up my water now, so... I did just kind of hurt my voice, though. I was doing a silly voice for Lil K while reading his bedtime story. And so I was talking like this the whole time. Because I was being a hippo. And apparently that's how hippos talk. If you didn't know that, pay attention. Read a book. Apparently he's not wanting to go to bed right now. I can hear him crying. But... hey, that's not really my problem. Actually, no, maybe it is. Hang on. Well, I'm not being called in, so I guess it's okay for the moment. Anyway, we should now be making this stuff pretty reliably. Or more reliably than we were before. And this tank should be filling up, yes. That's good. That's what we want to see. So, we'll row that back into the archives. We've got that, we've got that. We've just got to get... do I need this? What was that for? I don't actually need that, I don't think. I think that's where we left off. This is a way of creating things is by removing things as we produce them. Makes things easier on the brain. I would like to probably improve my warmer rocks at some point, but right now it's okay. So, I think the next step is coming down here. Do we have... We've got organic solvent down there, we've got hydrogen chloride down there already. Excellent. We don't need that anymore. So what we need now is... Have we made the niobium complex? No, but we've considered making it. Which is 95% of the battle. Or Noblium complex, as it prefers to be known as. Doesn't prefer to be known as that. Oh, am I going the wrong way on this train? I am. Okay, so with and then it turns around. Of course it does. So after that, we make this, and then we've got niobium plate, which is the last real thing that I needed. And now, so what I'm thinking is this whole area down here, I'm going to turn into an absolute train hellscape. Phrases that concern most people but excite me. I am going to turn it into the most hellish hellscape you have ever seen, and I am gonna like it. So what do I need right now is some pipes probably. I need... So looking forward to my hellscape. Oh, I need to fix chromium. What was wrong with chromium? My limestone. Okay. How do I make more limestone? Well, is limestone just like a soil extractor? Oh my gosh, I love building hellscapes. And then once the hellscape is done, this part of the base basically dies. Which is exciting in its own way. So what I would like is like... I feel like something used to be here. It is long since gone now, but it used to be here. I don't know what it was. What do I really care? Because it is gone now. Okay. So hopefully that makes my chromium just a little odd. Those slow ass inserters? Who do I think I am? Sort of slow inserter man? Everything needs to be just going constantly. Fast insert is going to be required in the near future, but that's a problem for another day. Get some lamps in here. I like to be able to see what I look at when I look at it. Okay, that is... My glass is somewhat broken, that's kind of expected. What is going wrong with my research right now? Why do we not have research on the go? Or animal parts? Or cotton guts? Right, I imagine that's the barrels problem. Okay. Let's sort the barreling problem out now, because that's actually really easy to fix. Okay, I thought he was crying. He's not. Doing the opposite of crying. He's laughing. How can you laugh when there's work in the factory to be done? Children yearn for the mines, as we all know. Except for the children of South America, they yearn for the Mayans. I think that joke was terrible. I'm not sure. Oh no, that train's allowed to leave. Okay. So these barrels, they should be making sure we have more cotton guts. Now, the other problem I have is kind of a silly one. Now, if I remember right, the skin doesn't decompose. It does not. So with that in mind, I think... What? I only want to do that if skin is greater than 100. You know, greater than 200. A lot of bones in here too. I feel like that's going to be useful later. Item ingredient shortage. Cotton guts. Really? How do we have a shortage of cotton guts? It makes cotton gut pups. This is making the cotton guts. Yeah, why do we not have tons of these? Shortage of pups. Right. And we have a shortage of pups because... reasons? I think we're trying to fix that problem now with the water barrels. I think a bunch of cotton guts went away that probably shouldn't have. Which... okay. We probably killed a bunch of cotton guts that we didn't need to, but that's okay. That's just life, I suppose. Yeah, so if I go pup, I imagine... yeah. It's been on the decrease for a while now. Oops. Supposed to be like 90 per minute, and we've been having far less than that. I said that should be fixed now. Because they shouldn't be going into the murder chambers unless... no. You need them to. Okay, so looking at pups. Is pups going back up? Yeah, it is. Okay. Pups will be a bit low until the pups recover. Actually, a better way to look it up probably is not cotton gut pups, but actually just cotton gut in general. And sure enough, that fell in the same way. But I'm anticipating should be increasing. So I think if I come back and look at this in maybe like 10-20 minutes, I think we're going to have a lot better numbers. Well, I suspect anyway. Okay. Cool. Chromium ore. We're now having carbon dioxide problems. Because when it rains it pours, I suppose. Always gotta be something wrong, I suppose. I really want the chromium ore to be sorted before I go and start the next part. Because we're gonna be needing a lot of it. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Good evening, Glacier Wolf. So if we go back to the no, high pressure furnaces. High pressure furnace. 3 more? That should actually help. That should be enough. I base that off absolutely no proof. Just seems right. I was on a feeling. And you know what they say? Whatever you're feeling can't be bad. Within a reason. Apparently there are some things you should not be feeling. So I have heard. Okay. So let's go get some high pressure furnaces, get some more steam going, more carbon dioxide. That's 7,200, and that's, yeah, see, that wasn't enough. Who said that would be enough? Whoever said that was enough would be a liar and a scoundrel. And I'm very much against both. Except when it's me. If it's me, I'm okay with liars and scoundrels. Because, you know, who doesn't love someone being a bit of a rascal? Liars and scoundrels are not rascals. There's the difference. That's how I get away with it. Okay.
Quality? Why not?
More carbon dioxide should help. Cavi Harper, thank you so much for raising the quality of the stream. We're now at a rare quality stream. You know you're being serious now. You're at a rare quality stream. No joking and laughing around on this stream. This is a serious stream. I'm joking and laughing around. The child as well? Yeah, the child's well. He's just not wanting to sleep. Kids, right? Yeah, he's fine. He's just being a rascal. As children, as 2-year-olds are prone to be. Okay, I think... How many times do you get caught with a flashlight in a book when you're in double digits? Yeah, no, he's just a 2-year-old. He's just a little guy. Look, if my son is caught with a flashlight and a book, my wife would be ecstatic. My wife is a big reader, so she would be very excited to find that the child is breaking curfew. I mean, she'd be disappointed, but also like secretly very excited that he wanted to read more. Okay. Wouldn't actually be disappointed at all. She'd say she was, but that'd be a lie. How goes Pi? So well, Pi goes well. Thank you for asking. We are moving forwards. We are very close to logistics bots, and with that we can start building the bot mall, which I'm pretty excited about that concept. You know what? I like this new way of doing this, the trains, like the double thing. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. But we're going to have to come up with a new type of train station for what we're about to do. Which I have no regrets. How many hours in the save? We are at 134 hours, you can see up there. Oh nice, the bitumen exploded. We do not ever want anything here, so... That's okay, you didn't know. If you didn't know to look there, then you wouldn't have known, so it's okay. No problems. Okay, and then we just go a couple of those. Apparently I want 2 of those. No, is that right? No. Maybe? I don't know. I'm confused. No, I want 1 of those. I want 2 of those. Really? I don't think that's right either. Right, I've missed a step. That's what's happened. This step. Where I need a bunch of nitrogen. Oh my gosh. There's a whole step that I didn't remember about. I thought we were going straight into the next step, but no. We have to make a whole nitrogen plant first, apparently. How many was this? This was 24. 31, okay. Well, the good news is we've done one of these before. So if I say do this, that's 24. Then, if hypothetically speaking, I was to then do that, that's pretty easy. I'm also a cat now because so you're I am struggling with your name. Ohayo Soro. I gotta come to your stream and like figure out if that's no, not your stream. Who am I thinking? I gotta figure out how the hell to say that name. I always get you confused with someone else as well. I gotta figure out how to say your name one day without mongling it. I'm never gonna do it. Just accept the fact that I'm terrible. Welcome to my stream. Anyway, I'm not allowed to be a person because I mangled his name. Or their name. Can't assume anything these days. Apparently people of all... You know what? So I have been saying it with the right pronunciation at least, so that's cool. Hayo and Yosoro. Okay, so I have been at least doing that part right. I'm not a complete failure at life. That's nice to figure out occasionally. Now, we're a failure in life in other ways. What I haven't done is hooked up the bit where it's connected on the sides. That bit. Okay. Okay. Don't really need those, but thank you for asking. And then the other sides also need to be connected, which I'm going to... like that. And then that goes in like that. How did it feel getting to bots? Construction bots? Nice. Logistics bots. I'll tell you when I'm there. We're getting so close to logistics bots though. I'm very excited. Like, I don't even think I know how excited I am. Like, I think I know, but I'm probably wrong. Construction bots are a huge leap forward. They are, they are. I just never feel it. Yeah, I mean, look, trees are not being a concern anymore. I suppose that's a thing that I'm not really considering. Underflow. No. Yeah, underflow. Steel plates. Oh wait, I have steel over here. Sweet. What is steel being used for? Oh, drill bits. Okay. You know, I didn't even need to do that because it doesn't matter. I've got to go back and anyway to get all these distillation columns. An underflow valve. That's an overflow valve. Okay. Oxygen, that needs to go in a venting buoy. Also, we haven't got the thing for oxygen to even leave the system. Or do we? Did we already have that? That is nitrogen. Oxygen's up there. Oxygen's already sorted. Oh, wow. Okay. Go me, I suppose. Okay. So, a venting buoy for my oxygen. There we go. Vent some oxygen into the air. Everyone knows you can never have too much oxygen. That's why I pump 100% oxygen into my room. My blood hurts now, though. So, you know, there's problems. You know, my blood hurting was not an expected problem, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Did someone order quality?
We're going to increase quality. Have I ever done any speedrunning stuff? Yes, I have actually done a little bit of speedrunning stuff. I was #1 in the world for 2.0 duos with Splee. But we're now #2, by the way. I never actually told anyone that. It was Splee. He never responded. I think he's still upset about the whole situation. Probably just didn't see my message, actually. But also I've done some getting on track and some wave defense, I think it is. So I've done a little bit. And saying that I was #1 in duos is because Splee did all the work. Let's not pretend like I was the contributing factor here. Splee was a contributing factor, and it took him longer to do as a duo than it did as a solo. So clearly I am just slowing Splee down. That's okay, because that's hilarious. But for a time I was #1 in the world. Now I'm #2. Which I've always considered myself a bit of a #2. This is not a self-esteem thing. This is me just making a good old poop joke. What am I doing? Fun fact, you're still 3rd in 80% space age. Nice! You know what? I was looking at it the other day. I noticed you were there. Some people have claimed your throne, though. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not after your throne. I will not touch your throne. King, you dropped this. #2 in a team as #2. Exactly, yeah. I'm not a stranger at coming, like, it not being the best. One time I came 9th in a 9-person tournament. And the prizes only went to the top 8. Which was a little disappointing until the organizer didn't want their organizing prize, and so I still got a prize. But there was a moment where it was possible that I did not get a prize and everyone else did. I mean, I would have got a prize, but it wouldn't have been like a cool prize. But the tournament organizer also didn't care about the game, so they're like, yeah, you can have this. It means nothing to me, and it means something to you. Has Derek made his category this popular? Chances are I'll stay there for a while. What's Derek's category? What tends to happen with me is I think that I should go into speedrunning, and then I consider it, and then I don't do it. Like, I am not typically a speedrunner. Random seed, new game plus. What is new game plus? No new game plus mechanics in this game, is there? Blueprints are allowed. Ah, I see. I suppose that's kind of new game plus-ish. And hello. Hi. I burn some shit to get some inventory space. I don't need that salt. How many do I need? 36. I don't need that many more. And when I'm done with this, I shouldn't need any at all. Only 36? 30. Wait, how many did I need? 32. Wow, Shazbot. Couple more. Okay, 36. Done. Okay, now I got 36. Do I? Yeah, 6 by 6. Square! Made a square. And inside it is 9 squares. This is how you know I've been watching too much number blocks, when I look at a square and get excited. You know what? If you look at a square number and don't get excited, I'm not judging you, but you could do better. I believe in you. You could do better than that. What? Where did all that wood go? I had a big pile of wood and I put it somewhere. Power something. It was this. It was something stupid. Actually, can we stop for a second? Stop. Because... all well and good that I've done that. I don't have 2 chemical plants. So we need some glass. I always forget that... I always think that glass is a thing that exists in base Factorio, but I don't think it does. I don't know how I feel about glass not existing. Does glass exist? Doesn't, does it? God, I don't even remember anymore. Yeah. One day, maybe you'll get into speedrunning. I don't know. It does not, doesn't it? I don't think so. The thing is, every mod adds glass, and I mostly play overhaul mods, so in my head, glass is in every game that I play. But I don't think it's in the game. But as stated, I have no idea. Okay, and that should be... Excuse me? 15 plus 9. I thought I built 36. Did I only build 26? 15 plus 9 is 26. I only built 26. You dingbat. Alright, whatever. That's all connected, yes. That's potentially connected. That makes my niobium oxide. Which goes into the electrolyzer with some salt. I don't know if I considered salt. Yeah. Sorry, I just love that even I have limits. I don't remember writing that. But I do love that I wrote that. A little bit of honesty from SeiferKatt every now and then. Yeah. The last bit is still correct, though. is always due for reassessment at the next technology. Always the rule. So we need salt and we need... Okay. No, that's supposed to be powered. Do this actually. No, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Oh, because it's kind of aligning to the grid. That's funny. Okay. Cigarette burns, not branding irons. I mean, now that I've been playing Pi for a while, I don't actually think it's that as bad as I've always been told it is. That might be saying more about me than anything else, but I was told like Pi was this like excruciating thing, and I'm actually just having a lot of fun with it. Like, I was expecting to actually be crying by now, and I'm not. Like, there are moments where I'm just like, oh my god, just the sheer amount of work required for the next step is a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, it's like, it's fun. I mean, then again, who does C block 3 times and considers doing it a third? You know, that might say something as well that is important. I don't know what it would say, but it says something, I imagine. Does Pi add sciences or just steps getting the new next step? It adds sciences as well. There are how many sciences? 1, 2, 3, 4. It adds like a science between each one, I think. So there's Pi Science 1, Logistic. So automation, Pi Science 1. Logistics, which is green. Military, Pi Science 2, Chemical, which is blue. Pi Science 3, Production, which is purple. Pi Science 4, which is Utility, which I think is purple. Yeah, so it adds a couple. Yeah, it adds the Pi Sciences. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot more sense. Each step looks like massively more complete. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think even automation science is more complicated than any of the other science. Can I show the tech tree and show essential technologies? Oh. That's not that bad. High science 1, which used to be automation science? Yeah. Like, automation science, which is... I think automation science is even more complicated than pretty much any other science you have in base game Factorio. Oh, maybe not. Planter box, ash, soil, empty planter... No, yeah, you know what, never mind. Yes, it is. Yeah. Logistics took 50 hours. Logistics took me 113 hours, yeah. High science 130 and automation. Automation was pretty quick. Automation, like, I was handcrafting them at that point, but probably took like another while to make them automated. I want that to be... Chat was distracting him. No, chat never distracts me. Chat is... You know, it's like that classic line that people say Gandhi said about consumerism, which was, you know, don't get annoyed that customers are there because customers are the reason for your business. But it's like, Gandhi ain't never saying that. I don't believe Gandhi ever talked about commercialism. I just can't imagine it, you know? What did Gandhi say about selling things? Probably nothing. You're trying to give me an out? Nah, I don't need it. I'm a number 2 speedrunner. I don't need it. Mankind took millennia. Give you epic quality? Oh, did you? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. You did. Epic quality. No, we're at legendary quality now. I'm sorry. Yes, it even had the voice line. You had the voice line to make sure I never forget it, and I forgot it. Legendary oops. Legendary oops is what they called me in high school. Chat was distracting me. You know what? That one I'll take. I'll take that one. Okay. You are needing a lot. Wait. 4.7 plus 1.4, so that's 6? My goodness gracious. Yeah, you need all of them. Is that... Is that gonna work? No, that is not gonna work. You need a full belt assault, my dudes. Full belt assault, surprise, surprise, is what they used to call me in high school. Okay. How do I do this? Maybe I will... Okay. Pick up the salt for now. Move that hydrogen chloride in a moment. Go. I could have just moved other things, but we're here now. Now, you don't need that much anymore. You're gonna need, like, what? 2? Yeah. And then we need 5. 5. You know what? Go this way. Yeah, that's probably stupid. Might want 2 belts of salt. Yeah. Where am I going to get a second belt of salt from, though? You know, I'm seeing a bunch of stuff that I'm just like, why didn't I just move this? It would actually work better if I just moved it. And then the salt doesn't need to come through this way. I'm joking that 2 belts of salt is an easy thing, we just do that. And then when we are not here, oh, those ones are easy. Then when we are not here, we go down like that. Oh, if we do it that way, this is the stupidest thing I've done today. This is a weird way to do this, but hey, let's go. Suppose it's kind of work. One belt for two machines? Yeah, sure, that would have actually made more sense, but hey, welcome to where we are at this exact moment, I suppose. Those are not connected to anything. Okay, maybe they should be connected to something. Uh... Uh... You know what, it's fine. Do that. And it all just sort of works out. Problem solved. Anyway, we've got bundles of salt we need to deal with. Still holding a bunch of salt, it's fine. Substations win. They are still a couple of science away, but before substations we get Nixel at power poles, which is one science away. So it's not the end of the world. A little bit of ways, yeah. Can I get some aluminium in here, please? Oh, I know that train's gonna be somewhere stupid. Okay, cool, great, yep. Love that for you. I do need solder, actually, so maybe I shouldn't be so sarcastic. Oh, wait. Never mind, we have aluminium here already. I do love that for me. It was probably a infinitely better way to do that than the way I did it, but also, as usual, don't really care. How did I do this thing? One. It's coming. Bye. Okay, we need a lot of nublium plate. This is not going to be enough. That'll be enough for now. Looks like it's used for Mark. A lot of it is used for Mark 3, a little bit of it for Mark 2. Okay. So maybe we'll just do... Okay. You'd say I've overbuilt it? I mean, if I've overbuilt it, then my plan is, it just means I don't need to revisit it quite as soon. Like, when I come back to revisit it, maybe I don't have to revisit it as fast as I normally would. I think I've overbuilt it as well. But that was kind of my intent to a degree. No, I think we're only going to do this with one. I think we're going to, for now, we're going to do this as a 1. And we might even turn this into... This one go as a... Yeah, that should be called Nichrome. That is overbuilt. CS Chrome pick. Okay, and this is CS IOBM pick. Currently not a CS station, but it will be in 3, 2, 1.
Got some quality?
Got some quality? Yes, we do have some quality. We're now at tier 2, thank you. I picked it up on it this time. Yeah. I did the bare minimum. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you for raising quality. You know what they say, there's nothing like overbuilding something. You should always overbuild when possible, because it's more fun. One thing I hate is these bloody forests. So yeah, we've overbuilt this. I also don't care. Because sometimes you gotta overbuild things. So. Are we doing this? We now have everything we need for this. Bloody forest. Why is the forest bloody? Things happened, man. Things happened. My step 1 is build some logistics bots. So, let's build 20 logistics bots. So 20 logistics bots will require 200 Noblium plate. Done. I'm going to get rid of the wood as well. We're also going to chuck the wood in here. There we go. That's done so well for us. Okay. And then we start grey gooing. Okay, they have broken themselves again. They would have fixed themselves eventually. That train, that's aluminium. Gonna go to holding. Fine. I like how this train's just got 4,000 really warm bricks in it. They're not doing anything. Okay, we want 20 steam engines. We want to stop clicking that button. We want 40 batteries. Done. We want nichrome. We haven't got nichrome yet, but we'll get it. Into metallics. 5. That's 100. Gearboxes. We want 20 gearboxes. Pretty sure we don't have 20 gearboxes on us. We have 5. Okay. Those are brakes. We have 20 gearboxes. We need 200 simple circuit boards. Really, that's where I decided to try and do my fake, like Brooklyn, like New York accent. Boids, not SeiferKatt like I normally do. Boids. I don't even know what version of it is. Brooklyn? I don't know. It's not a real accent that I'm doing. Belts. I'm pretty sure I have those. 200 small parts. $100 plastic bars. Done. New York City isn't real. Its accent can't hurt you. It's convenient. 100 solder. I think parts of New York are real. Not all of it. Manhattan, for instance, sank beneath the waves like years ago and no one's ever realized. Elevated rail is a really funny idea coming into this. Now, if I follow the lid, I'll probably find the solder. Here it is. And then I need some nichrome. I don't even know what that ever was ever doing, but it seemed excited about its job. Nichrome is like... Yeah, okay. I just steal a train. Remember, it's not illegal to steal a train. I don't have a follow-up for that, just trust me on that one. And can I build logistics bots by hand? No, they need to be made in a assembler. Okay, that's fine. And then we need 40 nichrome. And then we're gonna have some problems. You know what? It's been so long since I had an assembler. Oh shit, my train escaped. Fine. Man, who just lets a train escape? That train looks like it's busy. You look like you're supposed to be busy, but I don't care. Elevated rail. Interesting. I feel like that's come at just the best and worst time. Propane and propane accessories. I don't feel like there's anything I particularly need right now. That's racist? That's not racist. Are you anti-peen? Oh my god, Subway's anti-peen. Against Americans. What? They don't like propane or propane accessories? American? Is American a race? It was their accent. Is legitimate question, is American a race? It's a nationality, yes, but is it a race? I'm going to argue no, because we're all human. Then it's not racist. Fine. Exactly. Okay. You need to make belts. About that part. SeiferKatt just ended racism. I would have if people would listen to me. 38, 60 belts. But that would do it. I'm ethnist. Mostly xenophobia. And Americans. I've actually I've actually got nothing against Americans or really anyone. Let's paraphrase. You know what? The spirit's there. How much do the Logibots carry? What do you mean, how much do they carry? 3? I should have something against Nazi. Okay, well, that's ideologies. Ideologies is a different thing. I got really annoyed. So we had like a just general convention in New Zealand. It's like the big convention in New Zealand. We do like 3 of them a year, and there's a pretty shit convention, honestly. I'll get onto that in a second, Simbrock. But it's like comics, movies, anime, wrestling, sci-fi. It's just a whole bunch of just stuff smushed together. It's the New Zealand thing. We can't do a thing without putting everything else in it. But there was a dealer that was selling a Hydra flag, but really it was just a Nazi flag with the swastika replaced with the Hydra logo, which someone sent and went like, yikes. And I was just like, it really annoyed me because it's like the Hydra logo is just like the Kraken symbol on a black background. Why did they have to make it? And also, Hydra isn't even necessarily Nazis. Yes, there are Nazis, but they're also Soviet communists. And it's like, guys, do you even know, like, do you even understand what Hydra's about? Jeez. They're just generic bad guys. With their silk songs. I was just like, yikes, the Hydra symbol was just. Was there supposed to be more of that? Anyway, I got really annoyed for multiple reasons actually. Also the fact that they're just selling a basic Nazi flag. Which you were like, no, it's not a Nazi flag. It's like, no. Ugh, disgusting. People are the worst. I mean, I can add that, but I don't know. I was just like, yikes, the Hydra symbol was just... Oh! Oh, I see what you've done. It was just as in justice. Wow, okay. The fact that you put the ... Yeah, I'll allow it. If you're ever arguing it's technically not a Nazi symbol, I think it's already lost. Yeah, that's true. Look, I'm not pro-Nazi, okay? Shouldn't have to say that for realsies. Did I not? Oh, did I not? I didn't quote ad, I just quote. Derp. Thank you, thank you. Everyone, point and laugh at the streamer. The streamer is stupid. Don't point and laugh at the streamer. Your pronoun. Friggin' nouns. Okay. I am going to start getting... I forgot you could point and laugh at the streamer. Damn. Okay. Let's build some roboports. Build 5 of them for now. We want to build some chests. I would probably like to build like 20 of each for the moment. I'm not counting on this going well yet. It's all about the start. The start is the most important thing. I would like to take all of these. I know that's required. I'm going to need these train stations. I'm going to need a shit ton of signals for where I'm about to go. I'm going to need some cybernetic connectors because, let's be honest, I'm going to need these too, aren't I? Oh. Okay. The Hydra symbol was just... Oh. I had a friend at work that was wanting to get into a new Paradox game because they'd kind of like done all the Crusader King stuff, and I was like, what sort of thing? And they were like, I really want a better combat. I'm like, if you want a game that's just pure combat, Hearts of Iron is great for that. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, the community is a little bit potentially concerning though. He's like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, people are weird about Germany for some reason. And he's like, oh, in what way? And I'm like, in the exact way you'd expect them to be weird about Germany. It's like, oh, yeah. Because of course people are weird about that. I mean, Hearts of Iron, in terms of a war game, very good war game. As a German, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Explain. You're a German, you have every idea what I'm talking about. People who fetishize Nazi Germany are not good people, and a lot of them really love Hearts of Iron. It's not like we had 2 years in history class at school. Oh, you're actually German? That's funny. Yeah, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, hell, we had 2 years of it in history class in school. You know what? I know what I'm going to use the gasoline for. 2 years covering just 1910 to 1945. Wait, you mean just covering that? Never mind. We had modules, not the entire... Yeah. Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. A lot of shit happened. Busy times. Anyway, I feel like we had our political alarm a while ago, and I think I need to adhere to it now. Adjacent topics. Oh, that alarm was going constantly, was it? Do we need some constant combinations? We need a couple. Modules, speed modules, productivity modules, slutty Germany modules. Okay. So. How are we going to do this? I don't know. I didn't actually have this part planned out. Damn it, last time I had a good system, it came to me in a dream, but... I am fairly certain... You know what, they might not check them, but I guarantee they'd find out pretty quick if you posted something like that. I'm sorry. I'm probably partly to blame for that. Okay. We've definitely checked them. I think you would be a fool. God, that scared me. I think you'd be a fool these days to, if you have any way that people can upload anything, to not check what people are uploading. Historically, people are the worst. Oh. Ah! My fish eggs! Is New Zealand left-hand drive? Yes. Okay. This shall be the start. What's wrong with left-hand drive? It's exactly the same as right-hand drive. Except on the other side. Not right, no, it's left. Look, people, I didn't decide which way I had to learn to drive, okay? Give me a break. The British's fault. I keep blaming the British for everything, gee. I know it's fun, but we can't just keep blaming the British for everything. No, of course not. Why would I? Why not? Valid. Let's continue. Ooh, quality. Okay. These are going to be a little different. They need that much room. Yes, we got to raise quality. Thank you. Real men drive no hands. Really? Guess I'll never be a real man then. He said not for the first time. We'll actually get a bit more room than that. Yeah, we don't live in that sort of country. We don't have long stretches of road. That lane switching bridge. We don't have long stretches of road where we can possibly drive like that. Because our country is rather hilly. I've gone out of Auckland. My mum doesn't live in Auckland, so I have to. Yes. I was born out of Auckland. I grew up out of Auckland. Our country is still rather hilly and mountainous. They're not mountainous, very hilly. problem is New Zealand is an island, and so all like the tectonic plates sort of push upwards into it, and so the land sort of just goes like that, and a lot of volcanoes, and so yeah. So that's why our country is very hilly. Okay, go back to being me. Back to being a person. You gotta watch out for the hobbits. They're in matter. You don't need to worry about them that much. They are deceitful creatures, though, that you should never trust. Oh, that was SeiferKatt. Wrong one. I'm back to being... Wait. Hang on. How is this gonna help? I will wear the... Okay, so now I've been SeiferKatt for a while, then you toggled it? Wait, I'm confused. What have I missed? So SeiferKatt just means I have to wear the vest, but I'm also supposed to be a cat. So I'm wearing the vest, but you can't see me? That is what we are at now? Okay. Now I am a person wearing a safety vest. There we go. I need a vest PNG. I really do. Another piece of art then, clearly. I had the wrong thing with the original redeem. Did I? Oh my god. Okay, guys. I am clearly just not paying attention with the redeems today. I apologize. I am the worst. I'm also perfectly self-deprecating. I hope you enjoy that too. I need 2 cat models. I have 3, but not doing what you want to do. Hey. Bye. Oh! Can I have the slices? Thank you. Thank you for following. Kiwis are red. Wait, what? Aren't they brown? What? I am now scared. I have been lied to all this time. That was Minsk and Boo. It was just Minsk. Is yellow kiwis. But thank you for the follow. Kiwis are red. It was just Minsk. Boo would be along later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I don't know if I particularly like this idea, but it's all I've got in mind right now. And then we put a rubber port, say, yeah. We put my bots in there. Yay. So now we have a rubber port. Just got Space DLC after not playing for years. Enjoying the heck out of the game? Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Great game, right? Space Age added so much to the game, and it's just wonderful.
Thanks for your support.
Okay. Sorry, just a second. Yep. Sorry, just a second. Thank you so much, Cappy Harper. I really appreciate it. You gotta meow. You gotta get the good meow too. Did it give me any number of months? Have you been subbed before? I don't remember. I don't think so. If you have been, I forgot. Okay, what's going on here? Why am I being stupid? Ah, I'm still me. But thank you. I always appreciate the support. Even when I forget to pay attention to things. Okay. So where are you up to, Kiwis are red? Are you exploring any of the planets, or are you still chilling around Novus? So I don't actually know what my getaway plan of these is yet. You deserve it for the entertainment given for free, but you have a request. I mean, I don't deserve anything, but yeah, sure. What's your request? I offer no guarantees, but I'll do what I can. Actually, I would also like to connect all this to the logic system. Tell me about Minsk and Boo and Jahida and Khalid in my young adulthood. Okay, well... Which is the one I'm not supposed to eat? Forget that one. Okay, I don't really know a lot about Baldur's Gate 1. I played a little bit of it. Researching volcanoes and building roads, nice. Baldur's Gate 2, however, I played a lot of that. Minsk was in my party the whole time, as was Jahida. Jahida got annoyed at me because I was romancing Ares, or Aerith. I forget what her name was. The Avariel. Honestly, it never crossed my mind to, like, pick Jahida out of the party, despite the fact that... Well, she didn't have wings anymore, they cut them off, but... Yeah, which was actually really horrendous if you think about it. I mean, she certainly did. She wasn't a fan of it losing her wings permanently and becoming scarred. I mean, could they not have, like, used a cleric to heal them or something?
Quality.
Okay, we're going to decrease quality. Caught that one. But, yeah, Baldur's Gate 2 was the one I really loved. And obviously Baldur's Gate 3, huge fan of that, because how can you not be? It's a wonderful game. I'm going to need a lot of inserters. You know what, just take all the inserters, it's fine. Fine. Gina, we're in the basement of Spellhole, and I try romantic event. Now is not the time for romantic issues. I mean, yeah. I believe I was in, like, the dungeon that had the... Like, Throne of Baal had, like, that special dungeon. It has. And I believe, like, there was the whole plot line with Eris that she gets pregnant and is just hiding the pregnancy in her robes. And I'm, like, in this, like, strong, like, scary-ass dungeon with, like, I think Demogorgon at the bottom of it. And that's where she gave birth. Which is, like, a terrible place to give birth. I generally would not say that's the place to do it. Where Bala's watches keep... It does sound... It does ring a bell, yeah. I was like, oh, this is not the place to do this. I know you didn't choose this, Eris, but I would recommend somewhere else. No worries. Oh, and also... Hang on. One more thing. I know people generally hate these, but I love them. I don't have too many of them, but I do have a Minsk and Boo Funko Pop. I know people don't like them, but they make me happy, and so I don't care. People are like, oh, if you're going to buy Funko Pops, buy a more expensive thing. And I'm like, but then it costs me more. And I don't need an expensive thing. I don't care. Like, I look at it and it reminds me of the thing that... I look at it and it reminds me of the thing that I love, right? This is how I think about it. I look at it and go, oh yeah, I love that thing. And then I am happy. Like, I don't need a big expensive thing. I just go, oh yeah! And it just reminds me of a thing and I'm just makes me a little happy. All needs to be. But yeah, so I've got Minsk and Boo there. I never got Minsk and Boo in Baldur's Gate 3, which made me sad. Because some shit happened. And oh, okay. Man isn't my. Oh, don't worry, I'm plenty mired in the depths of capitalism. Oh! What if... No, it's a terrible idea. Play it again. I tried to, but then I died 3 times. Danger cat. What if I did another one that was off by 1? This is really stupid. I'm trying to think how to condense this down as much as I can. And this is what I've got. 2 train stations. Maybe we have a redeem for something off the shelves. Oh, you mean the board game shelf? I used to have one. It was What the Game Thief, but it tended to derail the stream a little bit, so I stopped doing it. Steel. There did used to be such a thing. Just, yeah, it was very distracting. You're welcome. Those. Limit the board game to 1 per stream, or like 1k cost, and it should work. That's true. Honestly, the board game shelf has been sadly untouched for a very long time. With looking after Lil K and his work, we haven't really been playing a lot of board games lately. It makes me very sad, but we'll get around to it. We'll get older, it'll get easier. Okay, I've made a critical mistake here. But now what I'm going to do... This is a temporary fix. Just so that way we can at least get trains out of here while we're doing this. I imagine once we get this going, it shouldn't need to do this. Very often anyway. So, first thing I want to make is burner assemblers. I might leave that for now and then work on the other side now. So we do a... Okay, and don't take a chain signal. Equipment out of fuel, that's fine. But I'm more than happy to talk about something that's on my shelf. If you want any board game recommendations, I'm always happy to talk about that. I do love board games, I just don't get as much time to play them as I used to. One day, though, one day that's all going to return. I'll keep telling myself that, and maybe I'll believe. Okay, what we do is we read stop train, and we have a decider combinator. Reads both of them. Okay. Yes. Yes, here we go, here we go. This is genius. Then we go T. Here it is. E. Greater than 0. Output. Check. 500. Right? So then what happens is this. Turn off the stations. I've messed that up. Oh no, wait, hang on. I do not want to muddle those up. No, wait, hang on. What have I done? No. No, the check marks are important. Because the idea is that if the train is here... Ah, I see. Okay, no, I know how I'm going to do it. It'll be read into... That's better. Greater than 0. Output check. Output 500. Oh, yeah, 500. It's a ridiculous number. That will turn off both trains while a train is here. If this works. Why are you connected? Because... Why would you not be connected? There we go. Connect the stations to each other, then enable T equals 0. Kind of what I've done. With extra steps. Look, the extra steps is what gives us hope. Something. Okay, now, this is where things get really stupid. Did you miss the board game breakdown? Sorry, you did not. I got distracted. I ended up diving deep into TTRPGs, not board games. In the rules to make the same story of sort of attitude with gaming friends around the table. Any recommendations? Board games that are about bending the rules. Man, see, board games are very much about not bending the rules. That's the thing. I mean, in terms of if you're like looking for story over rules, I mean, the Arkham Files games are always good for that. I really liked Eldritch Horror, but that has gone out of print, sadly. Stories better than rules. I mean, I don't know. It's a really tough question. Yeah, so I mean, it's a tough question. I mean, a lot of the games, it really depends what sort of story you make. Like, if you've got the right people, then, like, people say that Dominion's a very bland game, but I'm like, really? Like, yeah, there's no story, and I'm like, I disagree. There's lots of story in it. You just got to make it yourself. That's the wrong thing. That's not a constant combinator. Quest only. I mean, we enjoyed Arabian Nights, but that's kind of like a weird, strange game anyway. That's a hard to recommend game. Like, if I had to go with my top 3 board games, like actual board games, as opposed to card games, which I always love a good card game, I'd have to go Spirit Island, which is a wonderful cooperative game. It's very heavy, but about protecting an island from colonial forces as a spirit with terrifying powers. Galaxy Trucker, which is about building a ship out of pipes, or tiles actually, and then flying it through the galaxy and losing half your ship. Hilarious game. Do I have another? What's the other top 3 games that I would like say? I'm trying not to like say card games because looking now. Yeah, I love Agricola, but that's a hard recommend as well. That's the thing. I think with board games, you start getting to the point that you've got these games that you just would sort of never say no to playing, but I've got a whole bunch of games that I'm like, I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but if someone said, do you want to play it? I'd be like, yes. Every day of the week, yes. Why is Iron Plate jumping around? That shouldn't be happening. Oh, because it... Yeah, okay. So let's take that up to 3,000. Yeah, to say exactly the number of stacks is a bad idea. Change that to 3,000 as well. Just a moment, everyone. I'm getting a call from my wife. Spirit Island, Pipes in Space, which would be Galaxy Trucker, and Agricola. Yeah, it's a farming game. I'll be back in a second. My wife wants something from me. Hello, everyone. Yeah, Cafe Hop. It's really weird to recommend games when I don't really play board games anymore. I'm not really in the headspace for recommending board games anymore. I don't think about them, which makes me very sad. If you can believe that. I love board games, but since I don't think about them anymore, it's like, how can I love them? Not find a train. Could not find a train. Find a train. Oh, okay. Well, that music's uncomfortable. Has it found a train now? Right, now it's found a train, has it? Yes. Look, I've never claimed to be not a silly person. Level train limit 1. Okay. So that means it should now technically be able to do this. It's going to take a little while to sort this shit out. I understand that and I respect that. So my first thing is I want my air core inductors. We don't need to filter train unloading. That would actually be a good point. You're right. There would be no reason to filter train unloading. I'm done quickly. Then I wonder... Not a bad idea. Yeah, I wanted to use up like 6 items. More, I suppose. But what I might want to do... I'm going to need to let this train finish what it's doing first, because if I start pulling things off it now, it's going to be upset. Oh, crap. Speaking of trains being upset, someone just left a train just sitting in a stupid place. Who would do such a dastardly thing? Only some sort of mad genius. Yeah, I could do that. What I'm concerned about though is having like a bunch of trains all backed up, which I'm going to be trying to fix now. Maybe even have it so 3 trains can be in that station at a time. Hopefully things will make sense. Wait, where's the drill fluid train going? Holding. Oh, I guess we don't really need drill fluid anymore. How's this going anyway? Plenty of organic solvent. Nice. Okay. Now you know what? Screw it. Upset the train. I'm not here to make friends with trains. Rid of these trees. The train will remember that. The problem is the train has remembered that. The train is lost. Got some amazing grace situation over here. That's the problem. It's lost, but hopefully we find it again. Okay. Now, I would like to call that lost train to me. A lost soul, as we like to call them. Oh yeah, no, it's really upset. We do a 3 train limit on that one. I think we want to take that to 5,000 as well. Okay. Hello, train. Oh, what? No, not what I wanted to do. Now you don't know how to get home again. Now, air core inductors, I don't actually have a plan for those. That's the next step. Ugh. So that's that part done. Air core inductors, I don't think I have those on a train. Are the air core inductors to build? Annoyingly enough, they're annoying enough to build. We put air core inductors on a train. How comfortably. Copper is not an easy thing to put on the network right now either, unfortunately. They've not designed it to be that way. Does my wife frequent chat? She does not generally. She used to in the early days of the stream when I needed viewers. I mean, who does need viewers? But she was happily being the second viewer of 2. Once people actually started watching, she was like, I don't need to be here anymore. Which is totally fine. How do I get air core inductors in here? It is, yeah, it was. I mean, she didn't really care about what she does not give a damn about Factorio. I sometimes talk to her and you could just see her eyes glaze over immediately. Um, you know, she has no interest in this game whatsoever. She does not understand what I'm looking at, but she doesn't care because it's like, yeah, he's happy. Fine. And you know what? Sometimes that's all you need. You know, she actually does a lot of supporting me, like in doing this. Like she's happy me doing this because, of course, you know, with our son, it means that there's a little bit of extra work that's required on her, putting her to bed and stuff. You only ask because she tends to like a lot of true crime books. Let's do a lot of true crime. What is? I don't mean to generalize, but what is up with women in true crime books, right? They just love them. I mean, that's generalization, I know, but if you know, you know, right? Do I need to make more air conductors somewhere? Kind of feeling it. Also, she doesn't really have as much time for books as she used to. She seems to mostly go audiobooks these days. Which, you know, she's happy enough with. I think she misses actual books sometimes. I don't really want to get copper on the line right now because I don't care enough. That rock just be gone, please. Thank you. I'm going to revamp some things just so things kind of work properly. I didn't care about the D&D module so much. There was like the one with Ravenloft, or was it Von Richthofen or whatever the hell? I don't really care about Ravenloft or that module. Curse of Strahd, I think it was. But I will always give them Wizards of the Coast credit for calling the remastered version revamped. That was a good joke, you know? You got a vampire and you called it revamped? Hilarious. Good shit. That being said, if I had a friend that was playing, like gonna run Curse of Strahd, I'd be like, yes, I'm in. I want to play Curse of Strahd. Hell yeah. There's no way I was gonna say. Provide only. You want to run something in Sigil? Ha ha ha. It'd be insane. It'd be insane to run something in Sigil. I mean, yeah, who doesn't? Sigil's awesome. I've always wanted to run something in Sigil, but... Daggerheart. I don't even know Daggerheart. Sigil? Is it Sigil? I thought it was Sigil. Whatever. The City of Doors. I know what you're talking about. I haven't played 3.5 since 4th edition came out. You know what? You gotta rotate them by stamping? Sure. There's always a better way to do something. Why did I do it the dumb way? Look. I'm just a cat doing my best. SeiferKatt. No, I'm sitting on it. Oh, it's going to be warm now. I don't mean to brag, but I got a hot butt. SeiferKatt.
Did someone order quality?
Oh, we're decreasing quality there, are we? Wait, how do I... I hate it when they go down tiers. I have to press 2 buttons. They haven't prepared for such things. I don't actually hate it. It's fine. I'm actually mad. You let me miss one? Wait, did I miss one? If I missed one, then we should be here. Right? Now are we at the accurate positioning? Stressing me out, bro. It's stressing me out. Not actually. A little bit. Nah. So good. So this is not an efficient way to do this, but right now I will do this better later. Right now, not required. Right now we just need to, oh. Right now we just need to get them made. We will come back and do this better in the future. No, you don't need to shut up. It's all good. I'm just playing along. It's chat's job to stress out the streamer, and it's the streamer's job to be stressed out, or at least pretend that he's stressed out. Okay. It is evening in Europe. You are watching. Sorry, it is even. It is evening in New Zealand. Yes, it is. 9:55. Oh, it means I gotta be finishing soon. And you are watching a Pi run. We finished logistics science, and we are currently working on our bottom wall, which is a difficult pain because bottom walls are ridiculous. Air core inductors. But welcome. Well, it depends what part of Europe, I suppose. Minus 2,500.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
And thank you for following Joji. I'm gonna say Bussy. I'm just gonna say that. Whether that's how you meant it, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna say. I don't need anyone correcting me on this one. We're moving on. Now I need to filter. Ah, you're right. I will need to filter them. You're not a lawyer? That's great. Glad. Wait. Not exactly the 20 stack I was asking for, but whatever, man. You know what? That's probably enough right now. Let's go. I've got my equipment out of fuel. On the net, you can be whatever you want to be. That's true. I've heard that. That's why I chose to be a cat. Meow. Watching a pie stream or a special breed? I mean, some people have no idea what's going on. Some people are just here for the lols. Did I just say for the lols as if that was a regular sentence? We're going to pretend I didn't. But, yeah. I don't know why I'm walking, but we're walking. Here for the chat? Yeah, and I respect that. Well, I'm here too, quite frankly. Okay, so that's gonna unload eventually. Gonna take its sweet time. And then we're gonna unload 114 of those. That's not really many, but whatevs. If I did it like this, they'll get greened up. No, they don't all get greened up, but they most. Okay. I don't have stack threshold set. You are correct. Boop boop. You're right, it shouldn't have sent 114. But you know what? I'm glad that it did. Didn't it send another 102? Hilarious. Okay. You know what? That's fine. I am not even mad. Shit's hilarious. Okay. Now what I need to do... Beardless Dane takes Top Cat. Beep beep alarm. You're about right too. It's going to go off any second now. There it goes. We're going to go a little bit longer. Not too long. But we've also got to increase the price of Top Cat to 42,000. I think the walking is important. Okay. Now, this one is actually for a very specific reason that is very important. We're going to bring in gasoline. Remember that gasoline I didn't have a plan for? We have a plan for it now. What if I did as a pie tank? You know of a mod that's worse than pie? It's everything spoils, even bots die, these hit robots, that's pretty funny. Pie, everything spoils, if that. We're just being silly now. Now, the reason why I want gasoline, and this is, I'll tell you this now, is because as a fuel, we can put canisters into here. So this is how we're going to fuel them. We're going to fuel these things with gasoline. That way we don't need to worry about ash, and we can just keep cycling that.
Quality? Why not?
This is my plan. Will products spoil into wood? Oh, hell no. We do need to... Okay, we're going to increase quality, yes. We do need to end the stream very, very soon. Oh, Derek. I'll find a train. Yeah, I suppose because my trains are all doing dumb shit at the moment. How difficult is it to make gas canisters? We need plastic bars. That's not that difficult. That is getting there. I'm pretty happy with where we're at the start of the station, so we can start making anything that requires small parts. Do I need inserters for those chests? What do you mean? Chests. Canisters? Station at the right. I do. Oh, for these ones? Yeah, but I don't know what they're needed yet, so I'm leaving them for the moment because they're going to be filtered. I suppose I could always filter them to be like... filter... that. That probably makes more sense right now. So that way you can even see that it's got nothing in it. That's probably a good idea, actually. Thank you. So we're going to get some fuel in here, and then we can start making... so the step one is going to be making just the basic logistics stuff. Then we can start making new things. I don't know how much work this is going to be. I am going to need a lot of stuff. I do know that, and that might be the death of me. But isn't that exciting? I wonder... I might do this off stream. Can I have something that's both... Do I require same depot on... I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do some work because I just realized maybe if I had a combinator, like a CS thing, it can work like a normal one but also work like CS, so it can kind of recall both. Because then that would make things a lot faster, actually. I'm going to do some research. I need to call it for the night though. Because it is time for sleep. And with that, I say thank you everyone for being here today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you are new here, please send crickets, I suppose. No, don't send crickets. If you're new here, please do consider following. I'd appreciate it. But you do what makes you feel comfortable. YouTube.com/SeiferKatt. That is where you can find VODs. I have actually put the first episode of this up now. That's right, we're 1 out of 53. One out of 53, so they're starting to be uploaded now. Wow. And 52, 2 will probably go up tomorrow. Discord is where you can find me outside my regular streaming time. I will next be streaming on... what day is it? Thursday. So I'll next be streaming on Saturday. Same time. Always the same time. Up 2.5, 3 hours. That's how we do it. And with that, I wish you all a good night or a good... I wish you a good night when that time comes. Sleep well when you get to it. And I'll see you all in a few days. Bye-bye.